Hey guys, how's it going? It is McRooster here. For those who may or may not know me, I've been a League of Legends player way back since 2009. I've even got the King Rama skin on one of my accounts, which was only given out to people in the closed beta. Even back before League of Legends was released, I used to play the original Dota Warcraft 3 custom map for a few years. So I've got over a decade's worth of experience in playing the MOBA genre. This channel was primarily a League of Legends focused channel, and essentially is what made my channel what it is today, thanks to the old This Is Why We Hate videos I used to make back in 2010 to 2012. If you're subscribed to my channel, then chances are you probably know about these videos. Back when League of Legends was, in my opinion, in its prime, I used to play that game all the time. Like, my schedule for a good 7 to 8 years was just come home from either school or from work or whatever, and just go for a League of Legends binge until I had to go to sleep. I've had some really great memories from that game, but skipping forward to the present, 2019, I haven't touched League of Legends in weeks, perhaps even months. I don't know. I can't remember when I last logged into my account. And for the past year, I've just slowly been playing less and less of the game, to the point where I've pretty much properly quit playing League of Legends. Before I begin this video, I don't want to give the impression that League of Legends is a bad game. I honestly think that League of Legends is a great game, and Riot over the years has put in so much effort and content into that game, constantly updating and pushing out free content over the past decade. I mean, most games, they tend to die out after a few years, but League of Legends, even after 10 years, is still a very relevant game. You know, it's surpassed Dota 2, Heroes of the Ancients, and any other MOBA that's come out. League of Legends has just always been on top way back since its launch in 2009. With that being said, no game is perfect, and there are reasons why I have stopped playing, which I'm going to discuss in this video. Toxic players. League of Legends is a 5 vs 5 game in which the objective of the game is to work together with your teammates to push the enemy's base and eventually destroy their nexus. Destroying the enemy's nexus is what wins you the match. If you didn't have people to play with, you could queue up for what is called solo queue, or if you were playing ranked, you'd pretty much have to go solo queue. It's a matchmaking service which will team you up with 4 other players in a similar skill level. Big emphasis on a similar skill level. So this way you have a team to play with to try and win the game with. In theory, the matchmaking system works, but in reality, it does not. The community of League of Legends, and for most MOBAs for that matter, like Dota, are the absolute worst. The League of Legends matches will either consist of one of the following: a feeder, a flamer, or an AFK or leaver, or maybe there's that guy who's just having a bad game, having one of those unlucky games, but that kind of ruins it for everyone else. Hardly any League of Legends matches I play these days are fun, or competitive for that matter. League of Legends is best played when you've got 5 players versus 5 players of all of the same skill level, but majority of games are not like that at all. It's always just one-sided matches in which it doesn't really matter whether you're winning or losing, it's just not fun. The games are always one-sided stomps. I'm completely fine with losing as long as it's a really close, intense, fun match, but most of them aren't. Not only that, but when you're losing, it's even worse because people, they give up. If you're doing bad, they'll flame you in the chats, and then once the flame begins, people start flaming back and forth, it really heats up and people start to intentionally feed or AFK, which forces the game to come to a close even when a comeback is possible. I honestly just feel like I'm wasting my time playing League of Legends. Most League of Legends matches just feel like a waste of time, which brings me to my next point. Time. Now, this really depends on where you live. I live in Australia, in which the servers have a smaller population. Every time I queue up for a game, it's always on average a 2 to 10 minute wait to find a lobby. And when you do get into a lobby, the pick and ban phase takes too long. Getting into a game on average takes at least 5 minutes, which is too long, way too long. Especially considering the fact that when you do get into a game, it might just be another one-sided stomp. Or maybe you've got the griefer on your team, and now you have to wait over 25 minutes, sometimes over half an hour for the match to end because people insist on winning the game, even though our mid laner has died 5 times in a row and is AFK. I don't understand why some people, they just keep playing, they waste over half an hour in a match trying to win something that's unwinnable. It's just a complete waste of time, and you can't leave the game either because otherwise you'll get a strike against your account, and if you get too many strikes you'll end up getting banned or permabanned. Imagine this, if you had to wait a really long line at a restaurant, and once you eventually got a table and ordered your food and have it in front of you, you take a bite and you don't enjoy it. That's basically what League of Legends feels like. You take ages to get into a game, and once you're in the games are usually not that satisfying. Direction of the game. Back in the day, roles had a purpose. Champions like Ashe or Twitch were attack damage carries and would do exactly what they were designed to do. Early on in the game, they were somewhat weak, but as the match progressed, they would build items and come back and become really strong. It was super satisfying knowing that the choices you made had an impact. Like, if you were to support, for example, and you bought items over wards, your team as a whole would fall behind due to your allies not having enough vision. Nowadays, everyone has support items thanks to trinkets. Everyone has damage, even your supports have damage. Everyone has some sort of dash or leap ability or whatever. I miss the times where a squishy AD carry or ability power mid laner had to really think about what they were doing. Most champions didn't have mobility, which made them really vulnerable. Nowadays, every viable champion has some sort of dash ability to get them out of trouble, and this is what makes jungling really frustrating, is because every time I play as the jungler, I go to gank the top or mid lane or bot lane, and all they have to do is just pop a spell, and they're back to the safety of their tower. At the end of the day, don't let me discourage you from playing League of Legends if you're still playing it. It's just that I don't find the game fun anymore. Let me know if you guys feel the same way about League now in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and as always, thanks for watching.